What is it with stuff following me home all the time? I just don't get it. Well, today we got a 1943 GMC CCKW 6x6, also referred to as a deuce and a half. This is a World War II truck that came up here during the Alcan Highway project and then was eventually turned over to Alaska Road Commission, hence the orange paint, to maintain the roads after the Army was done. Civilians bought it and they used it as a welding rig on their gold claims. The surprising thing is this truck is very well kept and in good shape compared to most of these trucks up here. She's all set up with a mint SAE 400 Lincoln welder that has a 2-cylinder Detroit diesel in it, so maybe that thing will run too. Quite the flatbed they got on this thing. It's set on wood on top of the frame just to raise it up, and so it's not metal on metal, and been off the road quite a while. That's a really retro plate right there. And usual Alaska stuff, broken vise because we couldn't get the extra amount out of it. And the Detroit is locked up, but there's no water in the oil, so it might free up. We'll see. But yeah, all around she's a really nice truck. It's got nice storage boxes on the side here, and the steps and fenders are all there, not cut off or torn off. And this door latch is kind of picky. Somebody's put a newer seat in it. I believe it's the seats out of the little Chevy Love pickups that fit in these cabs. But yeah, all complete. No rust really. I mean, it's just dirty. I gotta vacuum it out and clean all this stuff out of it. And yeah, all the data tags are there and shows you everything. And nothing's seized up. Clutch is fine, brake pedal's fine, transmission's fine, handbrake works, all that. Another thing is these trucks are always missing these engine panels, and this one has both of them, which is amazing. So let me prop the hood up on this and I'll show you underneath that. Watch out for the wind. What we got here is the original 270 GMC inline 6, all complete, not seized. And yeah, nothing's really cut up or modified. I see it's got a rebuilt starter and a rebuilt generator. So like I said, somebody really, well, probably the gold mining folks, they really took care of this thing. And the oil in it looks brand new, so yeah, should be pretty easy to fire this thing up. The only thing I've done to this, the day I got it, that evening, I hooked up my 6-volt battery just to see if this thing would even crank over. It's got the foot pedal starting set up from inside. I hooked it up just to see if it even cranked over, because as we know, 6 volts love good cables, and these don't look all that good out here. So I hooked up the battery and it cranks over just fine. And after I cranked it over, I happened to hear something leaking out underneath. So I look under and there's oil dripping out, and there's a plug in the side of the engine block right there that was missing, and it was shooting oil out, so that means we got oil pressure. But yeah, I don't know why that was missing, but so I went and bought a little pipe thread plug and gooped it up with sealer and stuck it in there so it won't leak anymore. So that's all I've done to this thing. I was told this truck ran when it was parked, and it's been sitting for at least 10 years, could be more than that. Could be 15, could be 20, I don't know. She was not exactly sure when it got parked. So I know that it cranks over. Let's hook the battery back up if the weather's gonna hold. It's not too good today. hook the battery back up and roll it over and see if I got spark. Hopefully I don't have to buy any parts today because Napa is closed. But, you know, I have enough junk in the backyard, I might be able to rig up something and make it work if I need to. Battery's hooked up. I took the cap off the distributor and cleaned the points. And then I went in, turned the switch on in the dash, and took my screwdriver here and went down and touched the points in between. And I didn't have anything. So I was just leaving the switch on. And then all of a sudden, I heard a fuel pump down there. And I unhooked the wire to that so it wouldn't keep running. Apparently somebody's put an electric fuel pump on this thing. So I turned the switch off, took the wire off, and then I took my tester here and checked for power to the positive side of the coil and the distributor side. And it had power over here and down there. So I took the screwdriver again and touched in between the points and got spark. So I guess the coils, I don't know, need a minute to start working again where they've been sitting for so long. So yeah, that would mean I have spark. I'm not gonna take any of the plugs out. I'm just gonna see what happens, and if I gotta take them out, then so be it. But let's see what it does first. Let's throw some fuel at this thing and see what happens. Oh wait, did we take that too literal? I guess the whole world's doing that right now anyways. Get this air cleaner off so we can feed her some fuel. This doesn't appear to be original. I would think this would have had an oil bath type air cleaner, but oh well, I'm not complaining. Okay, I got this little guy filled up with gas. Let's put some down there and see what happens. This might just be too easy. She popped off there. I don't have any fuel system going to it, so it's just what's going down the carb there. Guess feed her some more fuel, quite a bit, and see what happens. Hunting for some fuel line. I think I got plenty here. Just gonna rig up a little fuel system on this truck. Got a fancy fuel system rigged up. This hose that I found laying out back, it's pretty weathered. So I got it running down here to this electric fuel pump. I hooked the wire back up for that. And before I put this hose on that goes to the gas can, I took the little squirt fuel maker Happener 5000 and I put it to the end of this filter and filled this up. So this has a prime. Turn the switch on. Makes noise, must work. It sounds like it's working. Okay, I guess I'll put gas in the carb and see if it'll run off that tank. that was way too easy. I couldn't believe it. I didn't run it long. I shut it off because it doesn't have any water in it. Somebody drained the system out. So top that off and make sure it holds, and then I'll drain the water out and put antifreeze in it. And then after that, run it some more, and then go through the fluids underneath, transmission, transfer case, axles, make sure they're not dry, and then see if this thing moves. Okay, she's topped off with water. I ran it some more so the thermostat would open and confirm that it does, and that works just fine. And then I put more water in it, and it's running great, running really good. I just got done going through all the fluids. The transmission was low but not empty, and the transfer case was like a half a quart low, so those are both full now. And I just went through all 3 axles and they're still full. The fluid back here looks a little bit newer. The front, well, I think that's still the gear oil from the 1940s that the Army used. It has quite an interesting viscosity and smell to it. So yeah, I guess fire it up and see if it moves now. Looks really good underneath, really good shape and well kept. It's really cool how GM engineered these 6xs under here, like all solid leaf springs, since it's a 2.5 ton truck, and all their stabilizing stuff, and they pivot on a ball socket. And yeah, carrier bearing on that middle axle to come back to this one. It's really cool how they did it. It was cool to lay under there and check it out too. So yeah, let me pick up tools and strap that gas tank to the fender with a few bungee cords or whatever, and see if she moves. Let's see how she starts. Fuel pump. That is just perfect right there. She's running great, drives great, everything's good. I was trying to learn the shift pattern. They're a little bit different than the Chevys. These have a 5-speed, and the Chevys have a 4-speed, and the patterns are completely different. I could barely read it up here, but wow, it even shows up better on camera than it does regularly. But reverse all the way over in first, and then you go over to second, third, fourth, fifth. That's pretty weird, but, and then of course all the other stuff. But yeah, she runs good, starts right up. without putting gas in it. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna start cleaning all this stuff out. There's a bunch of oil filters and stuff from gold mining equipment and welding rod and stuff like that, because this was a welding rig. Clean it out, probably vacuum this mess. And yeah, just kind of tidy it up. Get stuff like that off so it doesn't hold moisture. And that. And I might see if I can see down in there, see if this gas tank is clean or if it has old fuel or something in it. Might switch over to that and see if it'll run off of it. Then I don't have the can on the fender. But yeah, see if it'll run off that. There she is, all cleaned up. Vacuumed the floor and couldn't believe how much sand was down there. Like, I don't know, half an inch layer of sand from being up in the gold mine country. But she's all clean and the seat is cleaned up and it's looking a lot better. I did hook up the stock fuel tank to the electric fuel pump how they had it, and there was some old gas down in there, but I put some fresh gas with lead additive and some water remover in there, and she's running off the tank. I mean, it's running a little rough because it's old gas, but as soon as it burns that out and gets into the fresh stuff, then she'll be fine. And you might have noticed something's missing here, and I have a solution for that. You just walk to the backyard of part stashes and junk, and what do you have here? A frame from a 6x like the truck that we're messing with, including a spare transmission with exactly what we need. You might know this frame from the Chevy Revival video series. I stripped the parts from it. Somebody turned it into a 4x frame. They cut it and whatnot, but yeah, here's what I need. Let's unscrew that and put it on. Pretty bad when you got to use favorite tool number 5 to get your shift knob off. And don't scratch it. That's OEM right there. Look at that. That's practically restored now. Look at this. We got an updated World War II truck fleet. I'm so excited. I'm super happy with this truck. I can't believe how good a shape it's in, and it just fired right up and ran great right off the bat. And yeah, I mean, there's no real issues with it. Just tidy things up and do a few repairs to it, and she's set. I never expected to find one of these, and especially find one so close to me. I mean, I was able to flat tow it home, didn't even need a trailer, so that was so cool. And in the near future, let's make a video on getting this old welder going. It's locked up, but it's a Detroit. She might free up. We'll have to see. That'd be pretty cool, a 2-for-1 type thing. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you for watching, and yeah, till the next video. Make some comments down below and let me know what you want to see next and what you thought of this video, and take care and see you next time.